video. Today we are currently on our way to Ohio once again. I feel like all I ever do is drive to Ohio. But I have an empty car trailer today without the Supra on it, and that could only mean one thing. Well, a couple things, but the cool thing is essentially we're going to look at another car. So we're going out to Ohio. There's a pretty good deal on another old 80s Toyota. What else could it be? And if it works out, we'll be bringing her home today. If not, you'll never see this footage and it'll go onto my computer forever. So let's go get to this car and take a look at it for the first time. So it's another day. If you didn't know what car that was pulling off of the trailer, I'm going to show you, get some cool pan shots and some different things about it, give you a little rundown and kind of what the idea is with this car and plans. I don't stick to plans, but I really want to show you guys this car. This is a 1981 Toyota Cressida. Alright, so there it is. This is my 1981 Toyota Cressida, and this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever bought. Reason for that is I do not need it. There is absolutely no reason to own this car, at least in reality. I have justified it in my head and made a reason for me to have this. This is my 3rd gen 4Runner. She's a big girl. She uses a lot of gas, and I do daily it, and I love the truck SUV to death. But I think it'd be a little bit more fun to daily something that, I'm justifying it with fuel economy, but to daily something like this, a little smaller, a little bit more luxury, as the Cressida is supposedly known for luxury before Lexus. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's still a new platform to me. So very cool car though. I'm just gonna go give you guys a quick walk around, give you a few neat things about the Cressida, this one particularly, and some of the not so neat things, and lay out a little bit of the build plans. And this car is going to be documented start to finish. That is the biggest thing I want to do here. The red Supra and the gray Supra, the red one specifically, was not documented very well, and I don't want that to happen again. So this winter though, big plans for that car, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel and see what's going on. So let's jump in to the Cressida. I'm going to go over some of the weird things and the bad things about the car first. So mismatched body panels kind of sucks. Being an 81, it would not be a northern car without some rust and a little pinhole here, but hey, you know, whatever. Clear coat is pretty much borked, which is okay. It's absolutely filthy. So like, that was like one wipe, which is sick. So I hope that a good spray down. And I'm trying to think of any other major things. Yeah, I mean, same spot, you know, it's an old Cressida and Toyota. Some stuff around here. Got some moss growing, which is dope. And then this guy, this is probably the worst fender on the whole car. Put my little finger through there. So we won't make that hole any bigger, but this is probably the worst fender. Surprisingly, underneath it's pretty solid. It's no worse than my gray Supra was, and that one truthfully wasn't too bad. We're missing the very hard to find Cressida hood trim piece. I don't know the technical term for it. And then the last bit of really external rust, just like my gray Mark II, is the sunroof. So a little bit here, and then some on that side. But hey, what do you expect? Interior wise, the coolest freaking thing on the planet. Automatic seat belts. They both still work, which is dope. The biggest thing with the interior is our dash here. We got a crack which once again, kind of to be expected. Otherwise, the interior is pretty mint. I'm not even gonna lie. The interior is really clean for its age, and I have to get some stains out. These are just from tires, so they were in the car. So we do have the original Cressida wheels with it, but I threw the P-type wheels on there because the tires were better. So with a quick detail and a nice detail, this thing will probably come out looking nice. The car only has 74,000 miles on it, which is so cool to me. Lowest mileage car that I own, that's like 265,000, and then my red one is like 127, so somewhat low. And then the gray Supra, which is behind the tarp, has 220,000 on it. But overall, pretty clean interior. I'm really excited to detail this. I'll probably dedicate a video to that. And then I have the guy who sold me the car, he actually has these. He said they were really messed up, and he actually found a set of blue ones, bought the blue ones, and then there was a guy who had brown ones who needed blue ones, so he's gonna trade them, and he's gonna give them to me. So, gonna have that, which is cool. So that's really the only missing interior piece. That's why these guys are dangling all around. The other not so great thing is the engine. I wouldn't say not so great as in like it's a bad engine. This is a 5ME. It is a single overhead cam compared to the 5MGE, which is in the Supras. So it's the older version of it. Makes a little less power, but single overhead cam versus dual overhead cam, honestly, I don't really care. This car isn't ever gonna go fast. This thing runs really rough. Not entirely sure why. Could be a vacuum leak somewhere. Could be a fuel-related issue somewhere. So we're gonna diagnose that, and then that way we can bring some more old Toyota content to YouTube, because I feel like not many people document these cars. And anytime I posted something about the gray one with a mechanical issue, everyone was always in the comments asking about it. And so I feel like it's really cool to bring like hopefully some valuable information for like anyone who has a Supra, because truthfully, like the 5ME, 5MGE, yeah, they're similar, yeah, they're different, but at least like you kind of have an understanding. Could be fuel filter, could be fuel pump, could be injectors, vacuum leak. It could be anything. It does run, it does move, but if you jab the gas really hard or you step on the gas, it sputters out, but it idles. So it's very, very strange. I'll figure that out. But this thing is super, super cool, and I'm very, very happy to own one. I was on YouTube and I was watching Checkpoint Japan. If you guys have never watched them, very, very cool YouTube channel. I highly recommend that you check those guys out. And they do a lot of Cressida stuff with Rude Boy specialists, and his stuff is awesome. I did an install of his engine risers on the Supra, and I'm waiting for the rear diff riser. I like watching these videos, I was like, damn, the Cressida is sick. So I found this guy in Ohio, and very, very good deal in my opinion. Quite inexpensive, and I'd rather deal with mechanical issues than a boatload of rust, or pay $5,000, $6,000 for an old Toyota. The biggest difference between this Cressida and like the Supras, they share the same front suspension to my knowledge, but the rear suspension is actually a solid axle, which I found like insane. Yeah, there it is. So you have a solid rear axle, which to me is insane. You can kind of get an idea of the rust too. I mean, for the age, and the thing was in Ohio, it's really not that bad. It also has a hitch. I really don't know why it has a hitch, but it does. Overall, very, very thrilled with this car. It should be a lot of fun to work on and just kind of learn. I really want this car to challenge myself. This car is going to be perfect for me. I want to paint something myself. I think that'd be really cool. I want to build an exhaust myself, so I think that would be really cool. And then suspension wise, Rude Boy has his S13 front spindle adapters, which is really, really dope. So hopefully get that on this car. The idea here is a dumped Cressida complete DIY, I guess, in my head. So hopefully this will be a lot of entertaining content for you guys. I'm very excited to start turning some wrenches on this car. I do leave for a trip for work, which is like a week long in like 3 days. So unfortunately, I won't get cracking on this car just yet, but I hope that you guys are excited for the Cressida as I am. This thing is super cool, and I'm excited to have you guys along for this car's journey, start to finish. I'm very, very excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing. If you own a Cressida, if you have any pointers or things to look out for these Cressidas, let me know. I love to learn about these things, and I do need to up my knowledge on this car. before I get cracking. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.